don't limit yourself when it comes to investing money. Investing in yourself, okay? And just be around people who are playing the game 10 times better in figuring.
A lot of game-changing things that I realize from management perspective as well as from marketing perspective. You should sales up to a level where you can use AI 100x better than your competitors. AI is a thinking tool. So you need to use that tool, but for using that tool, you need to be a good marketer, seller, and a digital coach.
I'd say 95% of people are running their business as freelancers. Yeah, right? Like that, if you are not in the business, hey, it won't run. Or let's say you're gone for 3 months, it's dead, right?
So yes, day 2 of UBDX Mastermind, I got one of my best clients, Naman, with me. He is from Mumbai and he's the owner of JK Diamond Institute. They are the market leaders when it comes to training, growth, consulting into jewelry and the diamond industry. Anybody looking to get into that, where to hit up. So Naman, just 2-3 couple of quick questions so we don't bore these people with boring content of ours, but the quality ones. How was your experience so far from yesterday and today that you're back?
I think it's been wonderful, and I think overall, a lot of game-changing things that I realize from management perspective as well as from marketing perspective. A lot of things that I can, manage my institution much better. And not only that, I can even using this knowledge that I took, even help around a lot of gems and jewelry businesses from their management perspective, from their strategy perspective as well.
Awesome, man. Second question I want to ask you, because you have had an amazing stint as an owner yourself. You've grown your institute to a very good level right now. What is the biggest red flag you see in potential clients when somebody comes to you, and how do you spot those red flags for yourself?
Usually, I think lack of clarity. I try to bring them clarity before I onboard them so that I understand that whether I'll be able to help them or not. It's very important to have the clarity in that. Actually, in fact, on getting onboarded on UBLT, that helps me a lot as to how to bring that clarity for my clients and for myself before onboarding them.
By the way, for other people, Naman used to work in KPMG earlier. He had a very good stint, and then him and his brother Jay, they started this business. I started as in they continued the business. It's a long-established, highly reputed family business. They're continuing their legacy forward. My question to you is that, Naman, if you were to start from scratch today, let's say something happens, life happens, and you're brought to zero, square zero. I have to start from scratch. What would you do if you had to begin from absolute inception?
I think, firstly, I would get deeper into the gems and jewelry industry, probably pick 1 or 2 businesses who I think I can help, learn about them, what are the problems, what are the bottlenecks that they are facing within the industry. And usually, most of the times, it's the money-making part, the sales part. So I'd first get into those kind of problems,
right,
help them out and see if I can, scale that bit and then move to other departments and more on the management part and then onboard new.
Fantastic. One of my most favorite and best lines here, and of course, I don't think this phase is an introduction. So we know this phase way too well. See too much of it, in fact. So Gopal Krishnan, he is founder of Bridge Marketing, Visual Marketer, Lifefield. I can't name any more companies. I'm losing track. So Gopal, a couple of questions I wanted your opinions on.
Yeah.
And of course, some personal questions as well I wanted to ask you as a friend and as a consultant for you. When it comes to AI, because it's a hot topic right now, AI right now. Everybody has become an AI expert, apparently. So as you, what do you feel that AI in what areas should and should not be used when it comes to growing your own coaching or consulting business?
So as a coach, right, AI is like your calculator for the auditor. Okay? So you need to understand that you can actually use AI just like the auditor used the calculator.
Right.
So you need to develop skills. Like auditor has a very specific expertise in how to audit finance, and he uses the calculator very differently from others. So in a similar way, you have to learn marketing to a level that you can use this AI to create 100x more than your competitors. You should sales up to a level where you can use AI 100x better than your competitors. Digital coaching better than, so that is the whole game, right? If you know the games or the skills well, then you can use this AI just like the auditor using the calculator, right? Auditor uses this for calculating, but use AI for thinking, right? AI is a thinking tool. So you need to use that tool, but for using that tool, you need to be a good marketer, seller, and a digital coach.
I don't think I need to add anything. I learned something myself. Fantastic. Next question I want to ask you, Gopal, is that what are the, 2-3 mistakes you made in your initial years when you were starting out as an entrepreneur or growing your own thing? What are the top 2-3 mistakes you can identify that you can share with us?
So I think I didn't learn how to manage a team. I didn't know how to manage conflicts. I didn't know how to handle my emotions. And I think these were some of the basic things which I think stopped me from growing much faster. Because the moment I became more emotional neutral, spiritually aligned to my vision, right, that is when things started to happen. So initially, it is all about setting a very strong vision that is pulling you. You are not pushing yourself to do that project, do that task, do that particular week, etc., etc. Instead, if you are able to create a very solid, strong vision that is pulling you all the time, because the pulling power is much more powerful than the push. So somehow find that vision and find that state and the story that you're telling yourself every single day, and automatically the strategy will come into place. It's not about the strategy at all. The story and the state you are in every single day is what matters. And as fast as you can get to that state and story, which you can stay permanently, everything will happen so magically in your business.
Fantastic. In which case, follow-up question: What is the best piece of advice you have received that has stuck to your brain, other than joining Pratham and Rohan? But no, on jokes apart, what's the best piece of advice you've received that stuck with you?
So I think proximity is everything, right? Proximity to people who are performing at 10 times, 100 times above you, right? That proximity is what is the most important thing. And so far I have spent 1.8 crores in the last 16 years on developing this proximity to people who are all achieving in the things, right? I want to be with those people. It happened in my initial days when I will go to these startup events, and I will go to all these different events where people who are the top level of play. So if you want to be the top gladiator, you need to be in the battlefield where you are learning from other gladiators who are the top of the game. So that is how you become a gladiator, and that is how business is. So proximity to people who are at 10 times, 100 times better than you. That is the lesson.
Fantastic. And in that case, so far it's been about, I think almost 9 months, Gopal, you've been with us, you and your team, Santosh and everybody. So what all processes, learning, systems, everything that we do at UBT, what all have you been able to take and been like a needle mover for you that you use in your business to do it very well?
Yeah, so we are now able to sell our high ticket at 1.2 lakh plus GST. That's the mid high ticket, right? We are now selling our super high ticket at 10 lakh plus GST. And we are able to make these two important shifts from someone who was charging rupees 50K to selling 1.2 lakhs. And we are now able to sell 50 to 80 sales directly from our WhatsApp class or the high ticket level. The mindset, the product quality, the service quality, everything I got from UBT, I'm implementing into my organization. And because of that, we were able to hit 2 lakhs in a single month in the month of July. And we are marching towards hitting our 5 crores per month in the month of December. Right? So
Fantastic.
So from someone who was struggling to even think like 1 crore per month was so far away, to now being able to consistently hit 2 crore per month, and now having that forecast of 5 crore per month, I think UBT has played a very important role in the whole transition.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to know that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Gopal Krishnan, anybody who wants to learn how to really market, you want to learn how to build products that actually solve a problem that people want, and how to do it in a way that marketing does not become your adversary, it becomes your best friend. The way is this guy. Got my boy Shubh Jain here. If you don't know him, he is a master specialist when it comes to launches. If you don't know what launches are, I'm not going to explain in this one. Learn it from him. Right. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, Dhruv. First of all, I wanted to know that you have been, this is Shubh's fourth event? Fourth event. So he's been with us for quite some time, and hoping that will be with us for a long time too. My question to you, bro, first of all, is for this particular event, since yesterday and so far till today, what has been the experience? What have been your takeaways and learnings? And just bug a little bit.
Yep. Usually, proximity is part, of course. The room you be in, the kind of people you hang out with, the kind of people you surround with. Now you don't aim for 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh. Nah, aim for crore months, right? Cost one of the biggest tests. And of course, second thing is what I see, 90% of, I'd say 95% of people are running their business as freelancers.
Yeah.
Right? That if you are not in the business, hey, it won't run. Or let's say you're gone for 3 months, it's dead, right? So I think that was my biggest takeaway, that how can you not only scale your business, but scale it super profitably and while keeping yourself out of the business, right? Letting teams take over, letting SOPs, processes take over. I mean, that was phenomenal. And the best part that blew my mind was puzzles, right? Har ek cheez ke piche ek reason. Every single thing has a cause issue. If this is wrong, you have to fix this. And you know exactly what you need to hunt for, which is brilliant, right? That will allow you to take you to massive scales.
Awesome, man. Great stuff. In that case, my next question to you is that if you had to give your younger self You're quite young already. You're very young, by the way. Look at this. So, but if you to give your absolute younger self one critical piece of advice, so the younger Shub could do better than even the current Shub, what would that piece of advice be?
Don't limit yourself when it comes to investing money.
What do you mean that?
Like investing in yourself.
Okay.
And just be around people who are playing the game 10 times better and figuring it. That's a good strategy to get you to places, because tactics, growth strategy, it's all like a piece, but this will take you to places where you like have not even imagined.
I have a follow-up question on that, just to expand that a little bit more. So a lot of people that Shub, that they have this way of thinking that even if they know certain things and they can do certain things, they recognize that they will do it at a certain speed and a pace, right? In that case, when you say that investing in yourself is something that you should, and that is the advice you would give your younger self, what is your opinion on investing, again, in yourself with anything, with systems, with better people, better blah, 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 blah? Should somebody do that even if they know how to get to that outcome in some manner? Should they still invest in somebody who can get them there faster?
Of course, because like I can 100% guarantee you there's someone who's crushing your, like whatever you're doing in a month, someone is doing it in a day. Whatever you're doing it in a year, someone is doing it in a month. So if you want to like cross the chasm between your like days and years, like the amount of money you make in a year, you want to make that in a month, you got to always like upskill, because I don't think you're like the top so you can stop learning. Right. So
basically, like the mindset is to have where you should be happier and okay to spend money to buy time rather than spend time to make money.
Yeah, exactly. So like people say that like, oh, time is money. It's not. So if I give you $1 million, but the only caveat is you die tomorrow one day, will you take? Of course not. Right. Because time is infinitely larger than money.
Holy shit, we just went Neil deGrasse Tyson with this whole thing. So, alright, but fantastic. My final question to you is, man, that what is your take on the current, I don't know, what's the right word, the current environment and the condition of the info product space in India? What is your one-line take on that? When you look at it, info product space in India, what comes to your mind? What do you...
keep innovating, jaded.
Jaded? What do you mean jaded?
A lot of people come out with crappy bonds.
Yes, sir. Right?
Do not do that. Charge shitload of money. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Fantastic, dude. So we'll be looking forward to a lot of that. Anybody who needs, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a coach specifically, who has a little bit decent validation of your offer, you have some case studies to back it up, and you have a certain revenue level you are at, you really want to add like a big nitrous tank to your already ridden petrol car, launch is something that he does. Launch specialist is what Shub calls himself, and he's great at it. And he's helped multiple people do that and reach multi lakh figures in a period of just 2 to 3 hours, right? And it's like a big booster. Anybody looking to do that, this is your bet.
Awesome.